for those of you who don't know, Nickel Metal Studios is located in Western New York, and we're located on the shores of Ontario, Lake Ontario, but when you think of that, you don't normally think of surfboards. So I have somebody here with me today, and one of the cool things that I've been sort of sneaking down to look at the last few months are these very cool looking surfboards. So today I have with me Trevor from Scrapbox, and so hi.
Hi, how are you?
Glad to finally meet you and get to know you. So yeah, the surfboard thing. You don't really think of surfboards and Rochester.
No, no, you don't. Yeah, I'm not from here.
Okay.
I grew up in New Jersey, South Jersey. So I kind of got my feet wet early in the ocean and moved to Rochester to go to RIT.
Oh, you went to RIT?
Went to RIT for industrial design.
Very cool.
And absolutely fell in love with Rochester.
Yeah.
Still here, and it's been a while.
Yeah. I feel the same way about Rochester. Very, very much so. So what got you started? What was your favorite? You know, how did you get started in the wood and making surfboards, and what got you started in doing the surfboards?
Well, I've always been sort of a maker of metal work and woodwork, and I was actually on a surf trip in Costa Rica. This is like 2008, 2009, somewhere in that time, and with a group of friends, one of which who's up New Hampshire, Vermont area. He was living in Boston at the time, I believe. But while we were down there, there was a foam company, Clark Foam, that made basically all the foam blanks for surfboards. There was a few other smaller companies at the time, but they were the main deal out of California. And while we were down there, Clark Foam shut down, and it was kind of a health and safety situation where they realized, and the owner realized, how much damage was going on, the people using these products and everything. And he just closed up shop one day. And that became, our discussion there. And one of my buddies said, hey, there's these guys up in Maine building wood surfboards. I said, interesting. And got back from that and kind of looked more into it. And kind of had this moment of, I can do that, and started working on those, and CAD guy, computer, so I had drawn everything up on the computer, engineered everything out, and kind of just took off from there, doing small changes, experimenting along the way, and I'm still building.
That's cool. Yeah, that's kind of similar to me. I definitely just look at stuff and say, oh, I can do that. And I just do it.
Yep.
Throughout my entire life. Everything that I do now is just because I was like, oh, I can do that. It's no big deal. And I just now have a studio, so in a gallery. So, do you send your surfboards out? Like, what's the farthest you've sent a surfboard?
Some of the boards, I guess Florida would be the farthest. Don't really do too much with the West Coast and stuff. There's plenty of builders and shapers out there. But I mean, I've surfed my boards all up and down the East Coast, and try not to fly with them. It just, airlines destroy boards anymore.
Oh,
so whenever I fly, I don't even bring a board. I'll either borrow boards or rent boards or get boards wherever I'm going. Yeah, but I mean, mostly Northeast, ocean side, I've ridden my boards.
Very cool.
And the same thing with the lakes too. I surf the lakes, surf Ontario, surf mainly the north side of Erie on the Canadian side when I used to be able to get over there.
Assume you didn't surf over there.
We've talked about it many times.
So yeah, like a lot of people don't realize unless you actually boat or have a jet ski or like to go on the bay and then back and then into Lake Ontario, that the waves do get very high. I mean, they get very, very high, and it's very, very rough.
Yep.
So I could see where you would surf, but it's not the first thing that comes to mind.
No.
When you think of
Nothing else. It's really freaking cold.
Yeah. Well, that's the most of our waves here is all wind swell. It's generated over 6 to 8 hour period. Northeast is my favorite, but we also get northwest, and straight on north doesn't really work all the time, but there's certain spots where we can get it to work. Yeah, it's just in storms. I mean, we're surfing in storms.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we'll get a break and it'll be nice in between periods, but it's-
So I figured we would talk a little bit about what your plans are for going into the spring and summer, and then maybe go down and take a look at some of the very cool surfboards that are down there, and we can talk a little bit about those. So, what are some things you're going to be working on in the next little bit here?
Well, I'm trying to kind of simplify things in my life right now, and one of which is, I tend to get into these other not surfboard related woodworking projects. It's just stuff that's not machine friendly or a lot of compound angles and everything. It just takes a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of setup work, and I'm trying to kind of simplify all that just so I can come in and really enjoy the process and be able to produce something in a more manageable time frame. So I'm next year. I've been upgrading tools and all that, but my plans are to get back into furniture. I used to make chairs and that type of stuff, and over the summer that's my plan to continue on my furniture making.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. It's funny you mentioned process, because so much of what I do is about process, whether it's my job that I go to during the day, or any of the art that I work on here. It is just getting zoning out and getting into the process.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, there's a feeling that just comes over you when you're just making something and you're just like into it.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing to work with? Your favorite tool?
Well, I've got lots of tools.
I know.
It's hard to pick just
It
one.
is
Hard to pick a
It
favorite
is.
tool.
It is.
Yeah, I don't think I could pick just one. I mean, I do a lot of hand work with hand planes and hand saws, which I really enjoy. But then also, I've got a really nice planer, I've got a really nice joiner. I love my table saw. It's kind of the hub of my shop is the table saw. Most people's it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a forge, so I'm starting to get that together. I just got an anvil, so that's gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to doing
really
that. So if you
exciting.
need metal
Yeah.
melted or anything banged out, I'll be here banging. You'll hear me banging. All right, so I'm thinking maybe we could go down to take a look at some of Trevor's very cool studio shop and some of his cool surfboards. So stay tuned. Land shark. Fun. There's some of the very cool surfboards. Which one's your favorite?
I ride this thing more than probably all my other ones. It's just easy paddling.
Yeah. Very cool.
Depending on, I've got kind of different boards in different conditions, different styles of riding.
Yeah. And then you said you made some of this stuff right here. That's cool.
Just casework, cabinetry type of stuff.
Yeah, I noticed it has the dovetail is very cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
Dovetails are fun. They take forever, but they're fun.
Yeah, they do, right? The cutting tools is hard to get used to, right? Well, if you haven't worked
Yeah, depending on how you do it, there's definitely different methods of doing it. You can even machine them. All these ones are hand cut though.
Yeah. Wow. You cut all of these in.
Yep.
Wow, that's great. Wow. So what are you working on now?
I just put in dust collection and just finished that.
This right here,
Yeah.
I saw that.
Still waiting on the filter for it, but
Man,
yeah.
I think that's just really cool. Like I was like, how can I do something like that? So what is it gonna have, a bag underneath?
So yeah, so it'll have a HEPA filter, and then everything drops into a bag underneath of that.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, but before I was using like a shop vac, and I'd have to disconnect and reconnect. And
Hey, I'm using
Like
a
too many
shop
tools for
vac
that.
right now.
No, it works.
It does. It
works.
kind of works, but this looks like. Did you get this from a grocery store? No. This is great. This is great.
Yep. Works
So-
well, and I can push it out of the way and fold it up if I don't need it. Create more room.
That's cool. So you just put all that in?
Yeah.
That's cool. I definitely need one of those because
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed how dusty my stuff is. It can get, but you know what? I'm hoping that, it's getting warm out, so I can take a lot of that stuff right out that garage door.
Yeah.
And wow, look at those, are cool. What's the oldest surfboard that you have here right now?
It's one of these two, and these ones I don't know really how they ended up in Rochester, but these are definitely 60s era boards. The top one's a homemade board, and that's got to be probably mid 60s. This one's late 60s. This is 69.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool. Well, Trevor, thank you so much.
no problem.
Thank you so much, and I'll be around. I might still sneak down every once in a while and be like, look at that surfboard.
Oh, here, I got a few more boards that I want to get done this summer. We'll do that if they don't take as long as first.
Very cool. Land shark. Fun.